Good afternoon. Deep Evil Novel, Climate Change Novel. Author and solo acting Ahmed Gaber Abdelhamid, episode number 29. After that, they arrange evidence after evidence by the time sequence. Florin starts to say the case as a story. After the agency got that voice recorded, they were trying to recognize the three persons on the recorded conversation. The recorded voice made by the satellite. It is made by the request from an intelligence agent. He traced a businessman has many shares in a Swiss banks who push many of European politicians to make a pressure on the EU to make Zurich as the European financial center after Brexit. Our intelligence agent know that the businessman made most of his meetings in restaurant in Malta. Then he requested to record his meetings by satellite there. After they listened to this record, they put an emergency plan to find there is the third one in the voice record who had the secret information about the important research in Cambridge. After tight censor for the businessman, they were recognizing the third person. Then they put him in a very tight censor, but they didn't know his source of information. But they explored that he have a good relation with the best of researchers in Cambridge and Harvard. They were preparing a huge research about climate change. Then they put the four researchers under very tight censor. They were two British and two Americans. Two were researchers in Cambridge and two were in Harvard. They were cooperating in one huge research. Paul was the team leader and the responsible for the space part in the research. The third person in the voice code presented himself for the four researchers as an owner of civil service work organization, attention by the climate change. Then he convinced them to make awareness lectures around Europe against fortune of money, and they accepted. They signed agreements with the civil organization. After that, they traveled around whole Europe to make lectures about climate change. After every lecture, every one of them made a meeting with members of the civilian organization in an elegant restaurant. During his meeting, the researcher sent an email for the organization. After 24 hours, he received a big amount of money on his bank account. By hacking them emails, they found a part from the financial center research. Once they put the all parts from all emails, from the email accounts, from the four researchers, they found the full research of the financial center. By reviewing the hotels which they were spent, The lecture travel time, they found that the four researchers booked them hotels online in a very expensive hotels, but the internal hotel bills is paid by the organization. By reviewing the items of the internal hotel bills, they found it was for wine and pleasure activities. After the two American researchers left UK, the British intelligence asked the CIA to join in the case. The CIA accepted to join. Then they starting to arresting process. During the investigation, they faced the four researchers by the mobile calls records, the emails and the bank account statements. They acknowledged and confessed and wrote full confession by them handwriting and sign. They also confessed on front of the court. Then they took the maximum punishment. Two are spending rest of their life in British prison. Another two are spending rest of time of their life in an American prison. Thank you. See you in the next episode.